35-25, launch pass to Chambers is behind the back.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams? I guess it is.
KJ to Chambers, jam!
40 points in the first half for Tom Chambers.
Chambers to win the game. He's got it. Welcome back to Tom Chambers' Greatest Games. In this episode, we go back to 1989 with the Phoenix Suns playing the Portland Trailblazers. With the Suns playing on the road without their Super Six man Eddie Johnson, they would need Kevin Johnson and Tom Chambers to step up to fill EJ's scoring deficit against a run-and-gun Blazers. In this high-scoring game, KJ would finish with 35 points and 13 assists, while Chambers would lead the Suns going for 42 points and 10 rebounds, representing his highest scoring game of the turnaround 88-89 season. So let's go back to February 28, 1989, the Phoenix Suns at the Portland Trailblazers.
For the Portland Trailblazers, they'll go with Caldwell, Jones, Jerome, Kersey, and Kevin Duckworth up front, Clyde, Drexler, and Terry Porter in the backcourt. Portland coming in with a 500 record, 26 wins and 26 losses. Cotton Fitzsimmons in his 16th NBA year, his fourth year with the Phoenix Suns. This is the second time around with Phoenix for Cotton Fitzsimmons. There you see his one-loss record in his lengthy NBA career. And the newest man on the block in the NBA, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Rick Adelman. In just his sixth game as an NBA head coach, he struggled. He lost his first four before he got that first win. And now he hopes that coming home, this Portland team will be able to get a little momentum going here and get things turned around. Dallas now 2 full games ahead of the Portland Trailblazers, and they need a win tonight to stay within a game and a half of the number 8 spot in the playoff race in the Western Conference.
Coming into this season series, the Trailblazers have been able to dominate the Phoenix Suns in Memorial Coliseum. They won 17 straight, so they feel very confident about their chances of beating this team, but it's going to be a high-scoring contest, and the key to controlling Phoenix is controlling Kevin Johnson. If you can keep him under control, then you have a chance of shutting down their attack, because he's the guy that's going to distribute the ball to the people in areas where they'll do the most damage.
Even though Phoenix didn't beat the Lakers in Los Angeles, they were unable to control Kevin Johnson. He had 30 points and 21 assists in that game, and Portland will have the chance to score first here tonight. Porter working against Johnson.
Now, what Portland did against the Miami Heat was use Clyde Drexler on the box to be the passer, and they start that way tonight.
Duckworth getting the first 2 of the night. Phoenix bringing the ball down. Kevin Johnson picked up by Porter. Chambers, the leading scorer on the Phoenix team. Hornacek, who has played extremely well for the Suns this year. He shot the ball very well. He's averaging 13 points a game. Very quick tempo played by both teams. Nice pass, Kersey to Drexler. See what Phoenix has done so far this year. Last year at this time, they had only 17 wins after their first 53 games.
Well, layups will get you that percentage. That's why coaches always been talking about that paint.
Chambers trying to warm up, and there's his first 2 of the night. Hornacek. Chambers over Jones.
Chambers can, be very effective from out there, but when a team is struggling, that's where you'd like to see the shot come from the perimeter.
Portland up by 6. Drexler tries to get him 2. Can't. Another rebound for Kevin Johnson. He's picked off several rebounds in the early going. Johnson will fire it up from 20. In and out. Chambers follows and hits. Chambers with a quick 6 points since the timeout. It's a 4-point game. 18-14 Portland with 4:20 remaining first quarter. Only 3 fouls have been called against Portland. Chambers takes it through the lane, and he'll go to the line as Sam Bowie checks in for the first time tonight.
You get a different kind of a center in Sam Bowie for the Trailblazers now. Duckworth is a real good low-post offensive center. Bowie likes to play a little bit more facing the basket, more of a jump shooter, but a better passer inside.
Bowie back in action for the first time since October of 1987, and as you might expect, stamina a little bit of a problem right now, but he's played well in the minutes he's gotten for Portland since coming back. Chambers now with 8 points.
For a guard, he goes back on the defensive end and is not afraid to get in and mix.
Chambers puts it up and hits. Tom Chambers now with 10 points, and it's a 4-point lead for the Blazers. 3-point range. He has 9 points. Chambers down low over Anderson. 2 more for Tom Chambers, who's beginning to warm up. He's hit his last 5 field goal attempts. He has 12 points in the game. Portland leading it by 4.
Anderson's best game has been 20, and he's well ahead of that pace. And Chambers, who started slowly, has really heated up. He's got 14, 6 in the period.
Chambers.
And that's what the outside shot does for Chambers. It gets the guy up on him. He's got that quickness and can go by. 10 in the period for Tom, 18 total.
Johnson dishing off to West underneath, and West buries that one. Mark West scoring his first 2 of the night. You see what Chambers has done in this first half. He has 18 points overall, as the Blazers have their biggest lead of the night, a 10-point lead.
Now Chambers wants an opportunity against the smaller Porter.
And he thought he got fouled again, and this time he's right.
You know, it's that elbow foul we just talked about.
Drexler.
This time Clyde gets it. Portland, looking at the clock with 2:48 to go, now will put a decision on Rick Adelman whether he can afford to keep his best player out on the floor or he has to come out of the game.
As we've told you, only 3 guards dressed tonight for Portland. Drexler, Porter, and Steppe. And Steppe and Drexler each have picked up 3 fouls in this first half. That could become a big factor late in the game. Chambers missing his first free throw effort.
Drexler will get a lot of his fouls because he's got very quick hands and will try to react with his hand and sometimes gets himself in trouble. At one time, the free throw line was the Achilles heel of Tom Chambers, but he's worked real hard. He ends up getting 1 of 2.
He's a 75% free throw shooter on the year, and he's 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. Clyde Drexler has 12. Terry Porter has 16. Tom Chambers has been a firing machine for the Phoenix Suns here in the second quarter. 15 points in the quarter, 23 in the game for Chambers.
And without that, they would be out of this ball game. It can really break a team psychologically. Gilliam free at the hoop.
And Armen Gilliam has scored 8 points all in this quarter, but it's still a 12-point Portland lead. Only 3 seconds remaining. Porter will launch another one from 3-point land. It will not count if it goes. Tom Chambers, 25 points. He has 23 in the game. He's 9 of 13 from the field. And there's the Phoenix answer. Tom Chambers, 27 points. Porter off to Kersey, down to Duckworth. His baseline shot over West won't go. There's Drexler with a beautiful rebound and follow. Porter fires it over to Kersey. Again, a wide open lane for Jerome Kersey.
Well, that was a great example of Kersey's mentality. He likes to drive first. A good play between Chambers and Kevin Johnson, and Chambers continues to smoke.
He's 13 of 20 from the field, 29 points. Jerome Kersey answers with... Well, there's a turnover. The fans here at Portland looking for the foul call. Didn't get it. Kevin Johnson got the basket. He'll go to the line. As Phoenix making a little run here. They're only down 103-95. Drexler buried that jumper. He's got 22.
That's what coaches always tell their players. There's 2 halves to the game, and you've got to be able to shut them down. Drexler again.
He is getting hot from outside. 24 for Drexler, as Portland gets the lead back up to 10. Johnson banks one in from long range. He now has 27.
Well, we
continue to close that gap.
But we talked about controlling the Phoenix Suns, and if you cannot do a job against Kevin Johnson, you're going to have a tough time. Tom Chambers.
And watch out if he gets hot ahead. Again, he had a hot hand in the first half. He now has 31 points in the ballgame. See, that jumper off the mark. Chambers another big rebound. Kevin Johnson quickly the other way for Phoenix. Lost control of the ball and kicked off a Blazer player. Came back to Porter. Porter to Anderson. Anderson had to change his shot a little bit. Good defense play there by Chambers, who was the only man back.
Psychologically for the Suns, there's Kevin Johnson.
And Kevin Johnson with 29 points in the game. Porter going toward the basket, and that's a season high for Terry Porter. He has 30 points. Chambers got fouled. Drexler said, no, I didn't do it. My hands are behind my back. Kevin Johnson, 29 points and 10 assists. Terry Porter, a season-high 30 points and 9 assists. With Drexler picking up that 5th foul, Brook Steppe has checked back in. The Portland lineup.
The last time a CBA graduate stepped in, the Trailblazers broke down and the Suns were able to make a run. So Portland can ill afford to see that happen right here with as much time left on the clock, a 9-point contest.
Chambers with 32 points in the game. He slowed down, though, the second half. After a torrid first half, he had 23 of his points in the first half. He scored 10 here now in the second half. 7 minutes to go. It's an 8-point game. Phoenix failing to cash in on their end, and Porter hitting that shot.
That's one of those cushions, but again, they come back with Tom Chambers to keep him in the game. He's got 6 in the period.
35 on the night. He's 15 of 23 from the field, Chambers is.
You know, when you're coming uphill, there's that psychological point where you've got to make that breakthrough. They have been in that 6-8-point range for a while now, the Phoenix Suns, and emotionally you get in a state where you just don't think you're going to make it, and that extra effort that you need to get over the hill sometimes does not come. They isolate Tom Chambers. He squeezes in against the defense of Richard Anderson and now has a chance for the 3-point play.
124-116. Chambers tonight, 37 points. 5 out of 6 from the line. And Chambers now with 38, just 2 away from his season high. There you see the men who have had the hot hands tonight. Fans here in Portland thought Johnson may have traveled there. Chambers will go to the free throw line. If Chambers hits both of these free throws, he will have matched his season high of 40 points. At the line tonight, he is 6 out of 7. Chambers needs 1 more to match his season high, his career high in the NBA, 46.
Well, probably no player is more misunderstood than Tom Chambers. The reputation is that he is selfish and one-dimensional, but Chambers really wants to win and win in a big way as a Phoenix Sun.
The missed shot by Porter, pulled away by Kevin Johnson, who's done a good job on the boards tonight as well. Dishing off to Chambers, off the glass, wouldn't go. A whistle, goaltending call. Give the 2 to Chambers.